Hi brothers and sisters. So I just wanted to pick up where I left off in the last video. So I was sharing an experience that I had this morning where my husband's Bible, which happens to have a sword stamped into the front of it, was found laying on the couch after I had put all of my children down for a nap. I came out and it was just sitting there. Nobody had moved it, but it was there. So I felt that was the Lord trying to speak to me. Supernatural experiences are definitely possible. Obviously, a lot of those of us on here know that. So, however the Bible happened to make its way onto my couch, I felt prompted to pick it up, open it where the ribbon was inside of it, and the verse that the ribbon was, the page that the ribbon was in, the verse in there that stuck out to me was Ephesians 6:10 through 20, I believe it was 10 through 20, yes, about putting on the whole armor of God, which I thought was really interesting considering the Bible that I found on the couch has that sword on the front, the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. So after I read that, I put the Bible down and I was just really like feeling the presence of God and amazed by what He's been doing in my heart the last few days and what He's been trying to show me. And I started to feel a coolness on the top of my head. And you can think this is strange, that's fine. And it made me, I just started to feel like I should close my eyes. So I closed my eyes and the Lord started to speak to my heart. And I just listened. I didn't write. I was just listening. And He began to instruct me on a mission that He set me on. That He started calling me to when I was only 14 years old, when I started receiving dreams from the Lord. And most recently, the part of that mission that I had discussed was to make it out to Tennessee, which is where the Lord has strongly called us to, a specific town in Tennessee that He has revealed to us in ways that are just amazing. And we actually went out to that place about 1.5 years ago, and it was just unreal, just amazing, the presence of God in that place. So anyways, we had started to get off track on the plan to go there, and I really got into a lot of spiritual turmoil once we started to make final plans to stay here, even going so far as to start the process of having moving into a home that was a new build, which we haven't done yet because they haven't started building it yet. But all this, I bring all this up to say that when the Lord was speaking to me this morning, He was telling me that the time is now for my family to make that final obedient step and go where He's told us to go. And after I forgot to mention, while I was experiencing this and while He was sharing with me, I had this lightness in my body, and it even raised me up in my heels. It felt like I was light in my heels, if that makes any sense. So I just was really feeling the love and the presence of God when I was hearing this. And I think He really wanted to really make it obvious to me that it was Him, because He knows that I have been having a hard time and thinking that I'm crazy and questioning myself when I receive things, because it's hard. You want to make sure that what you're hearing is correct and from God. And so that coolness that I felt on my head and that lightness, I think that the Lord, like I said, He really wanted me to be sure that it was Him that was speaking to me so that I could take action on what He was wanting me to do. So after He was finished, I stopped feeling the coolness, and I opened my eyes, and I like put my hand on my head almost as if to just like ground myself, because I had been feeling that lightness and it was overwhelming. So I don't know if I should share the entire message. I just wrote down little bits and pieces that I remembered. It wasn't super long. But one of the things that he said to me was that he was healing me even now. And I saw like hands like this with a heart in my spirit when he shared that, and he made it abundantly clear that I now needed to make that step and move with my family to Tennessee, and that he has a project and a serious task awaiting us there. So more on that later, but that was what happened this morning, and I do have more to share, and I'm going to do my best to get those out as I can. So I hope you guys are doing well. Please watch the last video if you haven't, and if anybody is curious about Jesus after the last video and wants to seek out Christ and become a disciple of his and a friend of his, and you know, get the chance, the opportunity, the blessing, the gift to live in eternity with him forever, you can reach out to me. You can drop a thing in the comments and I'll respond. I'll pray with you. Love you guys. God bless.